Well, Angela Merkel, in case you haven't heard, has taken a stand against the burqa. She wants to ban it from Germany, at least that's what she says. The burqa, in case you don't know, it's kind of like the hood that the Ku Klux Klan wears, only this one is worn by Muslim women, and it's black. The other difference is there are no Klansmen hardly, but there are 1.4 billion Muslims. So you see a lot more of the burqas than you do of the Klan's hood. But the other comparison is that Islam is the world's largest, oldest, and deadliest hate group. So anyhow, Angela Merkel, who is the Chancellor of Germany, sometimes called the Antichrist by some individuals, went before her party, the Christian Democratic Union, and made the announcement that the burqa needs to be banned wherever possible. Why would she do such a thing? Well, you got to keep in mind this. The CDU, the Christian Democratic Union, which is the party Merkel represents, has really been taking some beatings in recent polls. And the reason is because Merkel opened the borders to Germany to nearly 1 million Muslims just last year alone. That doesn't count the ones who came before that, that doesn't count the ones who came after that, and that doesn't count all the little Muslims that they're making. All right, so Germany is being overwhelmed by Muslims. The culture is being destroyed. There is one person who can be held accountable for that, and that is Angela Merkel. And she and her party are probably going to lose big in next year's elections. What to do? Well, it's real simple. Pretend that you have a change of heart. And is that gonna persuade a lot of people? Probably not, but she may not need to persuade a lot of people, just a few. Just enough to get 51% of the vote, or whatever the margin is for her to continue to control the government. Keep in mind, this is a parliamentary government. All right, so she's pretending, in my opinion, to have a change of heart, to get votes. Now, keep this in mind. Angela Merkel has been in office since 2005. That's, 11 years? Now, it seems to me, in all that time, she's had plenty of opportunities to change her mind. In fact, she could have done it, say 2 years ago. And rather than having nearly 1 million Muslims invade her country from Hungary, she could have just closed the door, said, no, you're not coming in. She could have done that. But she didn't. So it's kind of like she's saying, well, now that the damage is done, I'm going to pretend I have a change of heart. And maybe because of that, I can get enough extra votes or conserve enough votes that I can continue to be the Chancellor of Germany so I can go back doing what I've been doing, which is destroying Western culture, German culture in particular. All right, here's what the article says, thesun.co.uk. She told the annual Congress that it was legitimate to expect integration from newcomers, underlying her party's bid to ban the full-face veil. Now, when she says integration, I think what they mean is assimilation. It is reasonable to expect assimilation. That's crazy. That's kind of like saying it's reasonable to expect the sun to set in the east. It's not going to happen. Only in the mind of a liberal will that happen. Why would anybody expect Islam to assimilate with the West? They haven't yet. They have not yet. In 1,400 years, they have never assimilated. But she's saying it's reasonable to expect it. I would say it's reasonable not to expect it. So anyhow, she said once again the full veil must be banned wherever it is legally possible, and that, of course, will be nowhere. The thing you got to keep in mind, folks, is simply this. The problem is not the burqa. The problem is not the veil. The problem is the person underneath the burqa. The problem is the Islamic insurgents who want to displace Western culture. You don't get rid of those people by banning the veil. You don't rid Western culture of that ideology by saying, okay, we're not going to let you wear this little hood and robe anymore. What they need to do is not ban the burqa. They need to ban the person who is wearing the burqa. They need to say no more migrants from Islamic countries coming into Germany. Kind of like what Donald Trump promised. See if he fulfills his promise. So far, we don't see a whole lot of progress on that, but maybe that will happen. But that is the solution. What we are seeing here is superficial. It's what I call airheadian. And quite frankly, I don't even think it's going to happen. This is nothing more than a simple play to win the sympathy of a handful of people, just enough. She doesn't have to win over everybody, but she needs to keep just enough of her CDU people in line to keep them from bailing in the next election. And that's all this is. It's a sham. I'm absolutely, positively convinced that this woman, whose picture you see in the screen here, has absolutely, positively no intention of slowing down the tide of Islamic insurgents coming into Germany. And I don't think she really wants to ban the burqa. Give this video a thumbs up. If you like what we say, don't forget to share it on social media. There's a button beneath me that you click on that says share, so you can share it on Facebook, Twitter, whatever. Lower right-hand corner, you see a button that says subscribe. If you have not yet subscribed to our YouTube channel, we encourage you to do that. Join thousands of people just like you who want to protect Western culture. Join this channel. We invite you to be a part of that. Don't forget, give us a thumbs up, and we'd like to know what you have to say. So leave your comments and join the conversation in the comment section below.
Click the red button to subscribe.